Part 73. I secretly got married to a super boss. Author, Dance Lightly. Chapter 721. Chapter 721. He must divorce that woman. MRSMO looked at the scandal on her phone with a dark face and knocked over the bird's nest porridge handed over by the maid. The porcelain bowl fell on the carpet. The bowl was fine, but all the porridge inside spilled out. "I'm sorry, ma'am." The maid immediately apologized, knelt down on the floor, hurriedly cleared away the dirty carpet, and immediately replaced it with a new one. "And Mo, don't make yourself so angry." Shenro sat next to MRSMO, put a hand on her heart and rubbed her heart gently, and whispered softly, "You are so angry because of these things, it's not worth losing your body. Let me get you another bowl of porridge." "Why are you still drinking porridge?" MRSMO said with a livid face. "I'm so angry now. It's only been so long that I've been involved in an affair with another man. One moment it was my ex-fiancée, and another moment I was filming with a crew's actor. Who is she, Chiao Mian Mian? She has already married into my Mo family, and yet she is still so restless. It's surprising that he is still involved with so many men. Is such a woman worthy of entering my Mo family?" A happy smile flashed across Shenro's eyes quickly, but her face was gentle and generous. "And Mo, is there any misunderstanding in this? I don't think Mian Mian is such a person. ACI loves her so much, and you and Grandma Mo are also very good to her. What else could she be dissatisfied with? If it were me, I would be so happy to marry into such a family. I'm sure this I have devoted my whole life to this family. How can I still be involved with the man outside? I think there must be some misunderstanding. Mian Mian is not such a casual woman." "Isn't she just a casual woman?" MRSMO sneered again and again. "What good can a woman in the entertainment industry do? If she was a good woman, could she coax ACI to secretly get her marriage certificate? I should have known her. She's not a peaceful person, but I didn't expect her to be so restless. This woman can no longer stay in the Mo family. Otherwise, sooner or later we will be disgraced by our Mo family." Shenro's eyes flashed, and she lowered her eyes to cover up the excitement in her eyes. "But, no matter what, ASI still likes her very much," she said softly. "Otherwise, ASI would not have gotten the marriage certificate from her so quickly. Even if, and Mo, you don't agree with them being together, it's useless. ASI is a very independent person. He won't just listen to others. So, Rura, and Mo needs your help." MRSMO turned around and grabbed Shenro's hand. "I will never tolerate this woman continuing to stay in the Mo family. Rura, you will be Aunt Mo's daughter-in-law. Okay." Shenro frowned and looked embarrassed. "But, Aunt Mo, it's impossible for ASI to divorce her. No matter how much I like ASI, I can't destroy his family. Isn't this becoming a mistress? Of course Aunt Mo will not let you suffer such injustice." MRSMO was silent for a moment, then gritted her teeth and said bitterly, "Whether ACI wants it or not, he must divorce that woman." "Aunt Mo, what do you want me to do?" Shenro was silent for a moment, pretending to be embarrassed. "Although I like brother ACI very much, I also think that being strong-willed is not sweet. Brother ACI doesn't. If he likes me, my insistence on pestering him will only make him hate me more." End of this chapter. I secretly got married to a super boss. Author, Dance Lightly. Chapter 722. Chapter 722. Do you really don't want to fight for it anymore? And Mo, I think it's better to forget it. Brother ACI is already married, and he also likes Mian Mian very much. It's really not good for me to pester him again." When MRSMO heard what she said, her expression changed and she said nervously, "Rura, are you giving up? Are you not willing to fight to be with ACI anymore?" MRSMO thought of Gongzili and became more and more nervous. Shenro is her favorite daughter-in-law. Only Shenro is worthy of her son. If Shenro falls in love with another man, where can she find such a good and suitable daughter-in-law? Shenro sighed, lowered her eyes, and said sadly, "Aunt Mo, it's not that I want to give up. But brother Asi is already married, what can you ask me to do? I, I can't be the one who destroys his family. 3 of them. I am the daughter of the Shen family, and I also have my own pride and self-esteem. If I do this, I will not only lose my own face, but also the Shen family's face. And Mo, I also admit it now. ACI and I brother, it's just fate. Actually, Mian is also a nice person. Although I haven't met her a few times, I think she has a good heart and seems to be a very simple girl. As for those scandals, I think there may really be some misunderstanding. Bar. Didn't the male lead of their crew come out to clarify? And Mo, if you try to understand her and accept her, maybe you will. Impossible, never possible. Before Shenro could finish speaking, Mo interrupted her emotionally, it is impossible for me to accept her as my daughter-in-law. But, she is already your daughter-in-law. She's not. Mo's eyes were full of disgust and she gritted her teeth, I will let Asi divorce her. There is no way that the second young lady of the Mo family is an actor, let alone someone who behaves so improperly. A woman who messes with men everywhere. Shenro sighed, I'm afraid, brother Asi won't agree to divorce her. He must leave regardless of whether he agrees with it or not. Mo was afraid that Shenro would really give up, so she held Shenro's hand tightly and said in a lower tone, Rura, you are the most suitable for Asi. He is not sensible now, and he was suddenly taken advantage of by that shameless person. The woman is confused. When he wakes up, he will know who is really suitable for him. He is confused now, but I can't just watch him continue to be confused. Can you just give him a chance? You have liked Asi for so many years, are you really willing to give up on him like this? You really don't want to try again? Of course, Aunt Mo doesn't mean to force you. She just thinks it's not easy to meet someone you like in this life, so it's a pity to give up like this. Shenro lowered her eyes and said nothing. Seeing her like this, Mo's face showed joy, and her voice became more kind, Rura, give Asi a chance, and give yourself a chance. After a long silence, Shenro raised her eyes with confusion, but Aunt Mo, even if I am willing to give him another chance, he will not accept me. The person he likes is. That's why Aunt Mo asked you if you are willing to fight for it. Mo stretched out her hand, touched Shenro's hair lovingly and gently, and lowered her voice and said, Rura, Aunt Mo has thought of a way to let you with Asi. End of this chapter. You are listening to novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. I secretly got married to a super boss. Author, Dance Lightly. Chapter 723. Chapter 723 I am willing to, try it once. It's just that it may make you feel a little wronged. If you don't want to, Aunt Mo won't force you. But if you are willing, this is an opportunity for you and Asi. A gleam of light flashed quickly in Shenro's eyes, but her eyes were still confused. Aunt Mo, what you said is. Mo looked at the maids standing in the hall, waved them to leave first, and then whispered into Shenro's ear, I will call Asi later and ask him to come back. You first. Shenro's eyes widened as she listened, and a trace of blush appeared on her fair and bright face. When Mo finished speaking, she covered her face with her hands and said shyly, Aunt Mo, isn't this bad? When brother Asi wakes up, he will be angry. Be angry when you are angry. Looking at her appearance, Mo knew that she would probably agree. She took Shenro's hand and continued to persuade her softly, You also know his child's temper. Yes, we used a trick on him, and he will definitely be angry, but he will definitely bear the responsibility. As long as you are together, are you still worried about not having a chance to let him calm down? Rura, there is no other way. You want to be with the SI, so this method is the fastest and most effective. I know that it must be wronging you to let a young lady like you do such a thing. However, when you marry into our MO family, and MO will definitely compensate you well. You just feel aggrieved for a while, huh? Shenro bit her lip, with hesitation and confusion in her eyes, and remained silent. MRSMO was not in a hurry and waited patiently. After a while, Shenro blushed and whispered, "And Mo, what if you fail?" "It won't fail." MRSMO heard that she meant a promise, and her face burst into joy, and she hurriedly promised, "And Mo promises you that she will never fail." "Rura, please think carefully. Have you promised Aunt Mo?" I really like ACI." Shenro took a deep breath, as if she had made up her mind, "so, I am willing to give it a try." "Good boy." MRSMO reached out and hugged her, and said happily, "And Mo promises you that you won't regret it." "I'll call ACI right now and ask him to go home." Asterisk. Mo's family. Wei Zheng opened the door and saw his boss, Mr. Mo, sitting at his desk in a daze, holding his mobile phone. There is still a pile of unfinished documents on the table. He glanced at it and saw that the pile of documents was quite large. This doesn't look like Mr. Mo's usual work efficiency. In normal times, there would have been very few documents on the table. However, Wei Zheng could understand this time. Seeing that his wife is having an affair with another man, how can he be in the mood to work? It seems that after Mr. Mo saw the scandal between the young lady and the male star, the pile of documents on the desktop had not been touched much. He came in and out of the office several times. Mr. Mo always maintained the same posture, holding his mobile phone and looking at it. 80% of them are watching the scandal about the young lady. Actually, he has also read the scandal, and he thinks it's not bad. There is nothing too ambiguous in the video. That is, the young lady almost fell, and the male star reached out to help her. This is normal behavior, right? If it were him, if a beautiful woman next to him was about to fall, he would reach out to help her. End of this chapter. I secretly got married to a super boss. Author, Dance Lightly. Chapter 724. Chapter 724, The Man with a Faint Green Light Above His Head. Is it possible that we should just watch the beauty fall to the ground and remain indifferent? That is too impersonal. However, the male star's hand was on the young lady's waist for a little too long. Mr. Mo is probably angry about this. Ahem, Mr. Mo. Wei Zheng knew that Mo Yesi was in a bad mood at the moment, so he spoke cautiously, "The matter you asked me to investigate just now has been investigated clearly. This matter should be caused by an actress on the same crew as the young lady." "Yes. The actress is Huang Yilin, the leading female lead in the crew, and I heard she likes Bai Yusheng. She misunderstood that Bai Yusheng liked the young lady and regarded the young lady as a love rival. Therefore, she wanted to use the scandal to let two Yuli's fans attack the young lady. By the way, there is also news about the matter that Mr. Mo asked me to investigate before." Mo Yesi slowly raised his head. Wei Zheng only met his eyes for a second, and then moved away in fear. Oh my God, that look in Mr. Mo's eyes is too scary. Cold, without any warmth. At one glance, he was almost frozen. However, facing a man with a faint green light on his head, he could still understand President Mo's mood at this time. Ahem, Mr. Mo, the person behind the scandal between young Madam and Suzy was released last time, and the Navy was invited to attack young Madam. The person behind it has been found out. Wei Zheng was silent for a moment and glanced at Mo Yesi secretly. After looking at her face, he continued to say cautiously, "We have investigated that matter may be related to Miss Shen. Shenro." Mo Yesi finally had some reaction. Yes, Wei Zheng told him everything he had investigated. Although it is not completely certain yet, it must be related to Miss Shen. We have arrested several of the main responsible persons of that company. They said that a female customer hired them, and the person who contacted them was a set of virtual numbers. After we cracked the virtual number, we found that the dialing location was at Shen's house. Others in the Shen family don't know the young lady, only Miss Shen. A cold look flashed in Mo Yesi's eyes. Go investigate the female artist named Huang Yilin and dig out all the dirty information about her in the past. Then let the public relations department do a good job and increase her popularity. Yes, Mr. Mo. But Wei Zheng suddenly thought of a question. She is now Bai Yisheng's female lead. If the scandal about her is revealed, will it be difficult for Bai Yisheng to explain it to her? Once the black material comes out, it will definitely have a huge impact on the artist. Especially, Mo Yesi is also preparing to let Mo's public relations department control the black materials. That is to prepare to blackmail Huang Yilin to death. Thinking about it, Huang Yilin is quite unlucky. If it were an ordinary newcomer, if she bullied her, she would be bullied. In the entertainment industry, things like this are not uncommon. As a newcomer, if you don't have a background and backing, who can develop smoothly? Huang Yilin probably thought that the young lady was just a newcomer with no background and could be bullied by her. She felt that the young madam had robbed her of her man, and wanted to teach the young madam a lesson. But who knows? She made a mistake this time. She bullied not only a newcomer with a background, but also a newcomer with a background that she would never have imagined. Then she committed suicide and killed herself. Looking at Mr. Mo's attitude, he would not give Huang Yilin a way to survive. End of this chapter. I secretly got married to a super boss. Author, Dance Lightly. Chapter 725. Chapter 725. His advantages seem to be getting less and less. No matter what little flamboyant she is, as far as Mr. Mo is concerned, whoever he wants to kill is just a matter of words. Bai Yisheng, Mo Yesi raised his eyebrows. I helped him replace an unqualified heroine. He should thank me. Besides, even if I don't do this, he will replace her. Having been friends for many years, we naturally have a certain understanding of each other. When something like this happened, and the actors in the same crew were fighting each other, Bai Yisheng couldn't just ignore it. He is a person who cannot get rid of the dirt in his eyes. In terms of willfulness, Bai Yisheng has always been willful. Wei Zheng. Well, he was worrying too much. Mr. Mo, Miss Shen's side? I will handle this matter myself. Mo Yesi squinted his eyes, the coldness in his eyes became a little more cold, and there was a chill in his voice. You arrange a few people to keep an eye on her. What's the matter? Report any unusual behavior to me. Yes, Mr. Mo, then I will go and deal with the matters you ask me to do. Wei Zheng turned around and walked out of the office. Mo Yesi lowered his head and glanced at his mobile phone, which was still motionless. He frowned and couldn't help but click on WeChat. He set up a pinned chat for Qiao Mian. So I clicked on WeChat and found Qiao Mian's profile picture at the top. I clicked in. After hesitating for a moment, I edited a message and sent it. Before, Qiao Mian called him twice. He was angry and didn't answer. He originally thought that if she called him again, he would definitely answer the call the third time. However, he waited for a long time, but could not wait for the third call. After calling him twice, she stopped calling him again. Hence, I didn't send any message to him. He kept waiting and waiting for more than an hour, but still nothing. He was a little angry. He knew that the scandal was deliberately hyped up by reporters. He also knew that it was impossible for her to do anything that would be sorry for him. Only, he still hoped that she could coax him. Even if he knew everything, even if he had never doubted her, he would still feel very uncomfortable after seeing the scandal between her and other men. He believed that she had no idea about Tuyulii. But it's Tuyulii. As a man, even if it was only a short video of 1 minute, he could tell from that video that the man named Tu was interested in Xiao Mian. When a man likes a woman, his eyes will look different. This is what really bothers him. It's funny to say that after seeing the scandal, he actually started to feel insecure. She is going to stay on the set for 3 months. In the past 3 months, she would get along with Tuyulii day and night every day. They were similar in age and had the same occupation. The boy was handsome and the girl was beautiful. Moreover, he had read the script, and they would have some emotional scenes in the future. He couldn't even imagine it. What will happen after 3 months of living together like this? Will they have a spark of love during filming? Such things are not uncommon in the entertainment industry. Signing up for drama is the most common thing in the entertainment industry. And he will be separated from her for 3 full months during the wedding period. The relationship that the two of them have developed with great difficulty may become weaker and weaker after this separation. His advantages seem to be getting less and less. More and more worries and less sense of security made him unable to remain calm. More than an hour of patience was already the limit for him. End of this chapter. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. I secretly got married to a super boss. Author, Dance Lightly. Chapter 726. Chapter 726. What kind of wife did you find? When you exceed your limit, you can no longer bear it. After sending it via WeChat, he thought Xiao Mian would reply to him soon. But after waiting for a few minutes, the dialog box still did not change. The latest WeChat message, or the one he just sent. He became more and more uneasy. After thinking about it, he sent another WeChat message. After waiting for a few more minutes, there was still no response. Moyesi was not calm at all. His brows were furrowed and his eyes were fixed on the screen of his phone, as if he wanted to make a hole in it. Haven't she seen it? Or did she not bring her cell phone with her? Perhaps the signal where she is now is not very good, so she didn't see the WeChat message he sent? Otherwise, he had already sent her 2 WeChat messages in a row, so why didn't she respond at all? Moyesi waited for a while, feeling anxious and panicked as he lost control. At this moment, he couldn't care less about losing face. He was about to call Xiao Mian when the screen of his phone lit up and the caller ID showed that MRSMO was calling. After hesitating for a few seconds, he answered the phone first. Mom. You'll be back soon. MRSMO's tone was not very good. Moyesi was startled and frowned. Mom, what's the matter? At this moment, he was still thinking about Xiao Mian's failure to reply to him. Of course there is something. Do you know that your wife is having an affair again? ACI, tell me how long ago it happened. She was having an affair with her ex-fiancé before, and now she is having an affair with another actor. What on earth do you think? What kind of wife did you find? Hearing the anger in MRSMO's words, Moyesi hurriedly explained, Mom, this matter is not what you think. There is a misunderstanding. I don't care if he misunderstood or not, you go home immediately. Your grandma is already very angry. If you have anything to say, go home and tell her in person. After MRSMO finished speaking, she hung up the phone. Moyesi called again and refused to answer the call. He frowned tightly. After hesitating for a few seconds, he closed the computer on his desk, stood up and walked out of the office. Before entering the elevator, he called Chiao Mianmian's cell phone. After waiting for a long time, he didn't get through. Mo Yesi gradually had a bad premonition in his heart, and he suddenly became frightened. This was the first time he contacted her, but he still couldn't reach her. It's not late at night either, so she can't go to bed so early. Just made a call to the mobile phone, and the call was made. There is no problem that the battery is out of power or the phone is turned off. So, why didn't she answer his call? Is it because something bad happened to her and she couldn't handle it? Once this idea came up, many terrible thoughts also came up at the same time. He recalled seeing the news on Weibo that she was being followed by 2 Yuli's fans. Although Bai Yusheng said that she had been safely taken out of the set, who knows if those crazy fans will still be guarding her elsewhere. He knows how crazy a star-chasing fan can go once they become crazy. Some fans are even willing to commit suicide for their idols. The more Mo Yesi thought about it, the more frightened he became. As soon as the elevator arrived, he immediately entered and pressed the button for the negative floor. When he called Bai Yusheng, his fingers were shaking when he pressed the screen of the phone. When the call came through, he immediately asked, "Have you sent her back to the hotel?" End of this chapter. I secretly got married to a super boss. Author, Dance Lightly. Chapter 727. Chapter 727. I'm not worried. I'll go over and check on her. Bai Yusheng's voice came lazily. Didn't I tell you that it was delivered safely? But, I can't contact her. Mo Yesi took a deep breath anxiously. I sent her a WeChat message, but she didn't reply to me. I called her just now, but she didn't answer. I was worried that she was out of business. What happened? You sent her to the hotel and then left? Didn't you send her up? You didn't ask me to send her up, Bai Yusheng said nonchalantly. What do you have to worry about? I looked at the elevator where she entered. The hotel's security work is still very good. You just rest easy. I feel at ease. Mo Yesi was worried to death, but when he heard what he said, he almost exploded. I can't even contact her now, and you still tell me to feel at ease? Do you know how worried I am? Have no idea. Bai Yusheng. Mo Yesi gritted his teeth. Bai Yusheng's tone was very innocent. I really don't know. I've never been in love, so how can I know what you men and women in love are thinking? Since you are worried about her, come and see for yourself to know if she is okay. It's safe. I'm going to go there. Mo Yesi looked at the numbers descending from floor to floor and wondered why the elevator was descending so slowly today. Why haven't we reached the first floor yet? He endured the increasingly anxious mood and tried to keep himself calm and collected. I will go to the airport immediately and take the nearest flight there. But no matter how fast it is, it will take 3 hours to reach F City. At this time, he deeply felt the powerlessness of being in a foreign place. No matter how powerful he is, he can't be by her side right away. At this moment, it doesn't matter if he is anxious. Can't change anything. I can't contact her right now. I don't know what the situation is like on her side. I'm a little scared. Bai Yusheng, go check it out for me right away. I have to make sure she is safe as soon as possible. There was silence on the other side. Mo Yesi didn't have the patience to wait and said anxiously, Bai Yusheng, did you hear what I said? I want you to. Okay, I heard it all. Bai Yusheng yawned lazily. I'll go and show it to you right away. Okay. Let me tell you, maybe she was taking a shower, or maybe she was too late after returning. I fell asleep when I was tired. How long had it been since you last contacted her and you became so anxious? When they called you at first, you were too arrogant to answer the phone. Now that they ignored you, you are so anxious again. Mo Yesi, what do you think? Don't be awkward. Mo Yesi had a stern face and said coldly, this is between her and me and has nothing to do with you. Okay, Stop talking nonsense and go find her right away. With a ding sound, we finally reached the negative floor. Mo. hung up the phone, got out of the elevator, and walked directly to his parking space. After getting in the car, drive the car out of the garage and go straight to the airport as fast as possible. Asterisk. An hour later, on the plane flying to F City. MRSMO called again. Mo. picked up the phone. Before MRSMO could speak, he took the initiative and said, "Mom, I can't go back today. I'm on the plane now." "What, you are on the plane?" MRSMO seemed to be shocked. After a while, she said, "Where are you going? Didn't I tell you to go home?" Mo. was silent for a moment, then turned his head and looked out the window. "City F Mian is in some trouble. I'm worried. I'll go over and check on her." End of this chapter. I secretly got married to a super boss. Author, Dance Lightly. Chapter 728. Chapter 728. Are you really obsessed with it? Are you going to F City to find Xiao Mian? This sentence seemed to anger MRSMO. Her voice suddenly rose and she said angrily, "Why are you going to find her? She has already had scandals with other men. Now, you still don't trust her. ACI, are you obsessed with ghosts? You are still thinking about such a restless woman. Come back right away, I won't allow you to go find her." Mo's face suddenly darkened. "Mom, what are you talking nonsense about? She is not a restless woman. I told you that it was just a misunderstanding. When I come back, I will explain it clearly to you. What is my wife like? Man, I know best." MRSMO seemed to be angry to death. Misunderstanding? There is no smoke without fire. How come others don't misunderstand her so much, but she does so much? It's not because she is restless that she provokes one man after another. As her husband, are you not angry after seeing these news? Also, since she has married into the Mo family, she should voluntarily quit the entertainment industry. How can the daughter-in-law of our Mo family have a low status? Actor. You are so lucky that you still support her to continue to be an actor? Mo. Are you really so obsessed that you lost your mind by a third-rate actor? Do you not even know what you are doing? When he heard the word actor, Mo's anger rose instantly. "Let me say it one last time, Mom, because you worked hard to conceive for 10 months and gave birth to me, you have not only given birth to me, but also raised me, so I love you, respect you, and regard you as a very important relative. But this doesn't mean you can insult my wife casually." Mo's face turned completely gloomy, and he clenched his fists to hold back his anger. "Because you are my mother, I will tolerate you for the last time. If you do it in the future, if that's the case, then don't blame me for doing something unfilial." MRSMO was almost roaring. Are you threatening me? Mo. You are threatening your mother. Everything I did and said was for your own good. You are so dazed now that you don't even know. What are you doing? Mom, if you insist on talking like this, then we may not be able to communicate anymore. The plane is about to take off, so that's it, don't call again. After saying that, Mo. hung up the phone amid MRSMO's angry roar. Soon, MRSMO called again. Mo. glanced down and hung up the phone. Within 3 seconds, MRSMO called again. This time, Mo. not only hung up the phone, but also blocked his mobile phone number. "Hello fellow passengers, welcome to Take a Ride." The sweet voice of the flight attendant rang out. A flight attendant walked up to Mo. and glanced down at him with a blushing face. "Sir, the plane is about to take off. Please turn off the electronic communication." Mo. lowered his head and looked at the WeChat message that Bai Yisheng sent him 40 minutes ago. After reading it word by word, he closed his phone. Bai Yisheng said that Xiao Mian was staying safely in her room. Nothing at all. As for why he didn't reply to his message or answer his phone call, let him ask himself. The moment he knew that Jiao Mian was safe, the tight string in Mo Yesie's head finally loosened. All the anxiety, panic, and fear have also disappeared. End of this chapter. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. I secretly got married to a super boss. Author, Dance Lightly. Chapter 729. Chapter 729. Of course, I have to go and coax him in person. When he received Bai Yisheng's WeChat message, he had not arrived at the airport yet. He can turn back halfway. But he still got on the plane. Since there is nothing about his wife's safety, there is only one reason for ignoring him. That means she doesn't want to pay attention to him. Mo Yesie suddenly realized that his wife was angry. She was angry with him because he didn't answer her call before. So, ignore him. What should I do if my wife is angry and doesn't want to pay attention to him? Of course, you have to go and coax him in person. Asterisk. On the other side, Mazai. When MRSMO called again and found that she had been blocked, she was so angry that she almost dropped her phone on the ground. He is obsessed with ghosts. I think he is really obsessed with ghosts. He actually blocked my phone number. He is such a traitor. He did this to his own mother for the sake of that actor. Is he crazy? What kind of ecstasy soup did Jiao Mian, that vixen, give him? How could he become like this? This was the first time in her life that she was blocked by her own son. MRSMO was so angry that veins popped out on her forehead. There is absolutely no ordinary elegance and dignity. When Shenro knew that Mo Yesie had blocked MRSMO, her face became a little ugly, but she still had to pretend to be gentle and considerate, and said in a soft voice, "And Mo, Asta, blocked you. What's going on? You traitor." MRSMO was so angry that her chest heaved violently. I just said a few words to that vixen, and he got angry with me. He also said that if I talk about his wife again in the future, don't blame him for doing something wrong. A filial thing. Rura, what you heard him say are what a son should say. He actually threatened his mother. In the past, ASI was very obedient to me. He would never disobey me like this. But now. MRSMO clenched her fists, feeling angry and sad. Her eyes turned red as she spoke. I think he looks like he's a different person. I can't control him at all now. In his heart, that vixen is the most important. I think if one day I have a direct conflict with that vixen, he will definitely help that vixen. Tell me, what should I do with such a son? I finally understand why there is a saying that you forget your mother when you have a wife. Isn't this rebellious son of mine the best example? The more MRSMO talked, the sadder she became, and tears flowed out uncontrollably. She felt particularly aggrieved and sad. Obviously, she and her son are the closest people. But now, in her son's heart, the most important woman has become someone else. She, as a mother, has to go to the back of the queue. Thinking about all the hardships of pregnancy and the memory of almost dystocia on the day of delivery, she felt even sadder and cried sadly. And Mo, don't cry. Shenro was so upset that she thought she could get things done properly tonight, and soon, she would be able to marry Mo Yesie as she wished, and become the woman who would accompany him throughout his life. Who knows? Mo Yesie suddenly flew to F-City. He was worried about that bitch. He was worried that as soon as he got off work, he would not be able to take care of the day's work, so he immediately flew over to find her. As cold and indifferent as he is, I originally thought that he was a man who didn't understand love and couldn't love. End of this chapter. I secretly got married to a super boss. Author, Dance Lightly. Chapter 730. Chapter 730, ACI's future wife will only be you. But who knew that once such a man really falls in love with a woman, he can be so passionate and crazy. It turns out that no matter how cold the iceberg is, there is still a scorching fire hidden deep in it. This fire will only burn vigorously when it meets the person they want to burn. She is so envious and jealous. How happy she would be if the woman Moyesi loved was her. She will be the happiest woman in the world. However, he loved so much, but he couldn't bear to give her even a penny. He gave all his love to the woman named Xiao Mian. She is really, so unwilling to do so. The crying MRSMO next to her made her irritated. She wanted to get up and leave directly, but she thought that MRSMO would need help for many things. If she married into the MO family in the future, MRSMO would be her mother-in-law. No matter what she did, she would be her mother-in-law. You have to coax MRSMO well. So no matter how impatient she felt, she still coaxed patiently and softly, and Mo, you also said that brother ACI was not like this before. I think he might really be confused for a moment, and this can't be blamed. Shenro took out a handkerchief and wiped MRSMO's tears while sighing, otherwise, why would there be a saying that it is difficult for a hero to be a beauty since ancient times? I think brother ACI must still value you very much. Only. It's all that Vixen's fault. MRSMO was now extremely dissatisfied with Xiao Mian. Of course I know very well what my own son is like. I became like this only after he was with her. Hate that Vixen, she has deceived my son into this. What did our Mo family owe her in our previous life to allow Si to meet her in this life? Not long after we got married, ACI became like this after we have been together for a long time. Will she still let ACI turn against me? Shenro frowned. I shouldn't say it, Si will do this to Auntie today. Maybe she usually. You are always trying to sow discord between our mother and son. MRSMO's eyes became even more angry, and she gritted her teeth and said, that must be the case. I don't know how she arranged for me at ACI's place. No, I absolutely cannot let this Vixen stay in the Mo family. MRSMO said and stood up suddenly. Shenro was stunned for a moment and then stood up, and Mo, you. MRSMO said bitterly, Rura, I'm afraid I have to make you wait for a few more days. When ACI comes back, I will arrange another opportunity. Don't worry, if you don't let that Vixen leave the Mo family, then I will leave. ACI, my wife from now on will only be you. I'll go find the old lady right now. I don't believe she knows these things and doesn't mind at all, and can continue to look towards that Vixen. Shenro also knew that there was no chance today. However, coming here today is not without any gains. That phone call just now made MRSMO even more dissatisfied with Xiao Mian. Now it seems that MRSMO is determined to divorce Xiao Mian and Moyesi. With a big assist like MRSMO on her side, her chance of success is increased by half. Coupled with the fact that Xiao Mian committed suicide and caused 2 scandals one after another, even if she had no substantive ambiguous behavior with those men, such behavior was enough to ruin her image in the hearts of MRSMO and the old lady. End of this chapter.